everyone, welcome back to Branch Out Brain. Today we're going to be talking about a science topic. Could extraterrestrial life exist? First, the ground rules. There are a few qualifications for extraterrestrial life. So first, we can start with normal life that's on our Earth, because that's the only place where we're sure life exists. So, we have a bunch of qualifications, frankly, on Earth. We have the presence of water, liquid water to be more specific. Water is essential to life. It's required for almost every bodily function. So thus, if there's no liquid water, it's very unlikely that life will come to be. 2. The planet has to be in the Goldilocks zone. The Goldilocks zone is basically an area in which the planet is just at the right distance from the star. If the planet is too close to the star, it'll be too hot, and it'll be too hot for life to exist. But if the planet is too far away from the star, it'll be too cold. So it has to be at the perfect point where life can get the energy from its parent star, but it won't be so close that it'll be burnt. Second, we have the fact that Earth is a rocky planet. A planet like Jupiter or Uranus does not have a surface, thus there's no place for life to reside. But a rocky planet like Earth, Mars, Venus, they do have a surface where life can actually survive. But then there's another problem. Some planets are too big or too small to support life. Earth is just about the perfect size. Basically, if we're looking for extraterrestrial life, it has to be roughly the same size as planet Earth. Because if it's too small, there'll be an extremely low gravity, and there might as well be no surface, since most life will not be able to survive that kind of low gravity. But then, something like Jupiter, even if it had a solid surface, would be inhospitable for life due to the crazy high gravity just crushing down on every living thing. And then we have Earth's atmosphere. This includes the ozone layer and also the Earth's magnetic field, which is technically not part of the atmosphere, but for the purpose of this question, it might as well be. So, Earth's magnetic field protects us from a lot of electromagnetic radiation that might harm us. It also protects us from solar flares from our star, the sun. And this can happen with other planets. The planet must have a strong magnetic field to protect itself from solar flares and electromagnetic radiation. It also needs an ozone layer to prevent UV light from coming in and mutating the organisms. And then a breathable atmosphere where whatever organism is there can survive. On Earth, this is oxygen, carbon dioxide, and also, there's one of the most important factors, stability. The universe is a violent place. There are a lot of dangerous things in the universe. Black holes, gamma ray bursts, supernovas, all sorts of things like that. But luckily for Earth, we're in a more safe area of the universe. We rarely get in the way of any black holes. We're protected from asteroid impacts by Jupiter, a giant planet that acts like a magnet, just sucking in any sort of asteroid that comes towards Earth. And then we also have a sun, which is not so old that it's going to go supernova anytime soon and destroy Earth. So these are some of the ground rules. And based on all of these and much more specific rules that I've not counted here, scientists have determined a few candidates for where life could exist. Mars. This is probably the one which we're most interested in, but currently there's no proof. As I said, Earth is the only planet with life that has been confirmed. So Mars is roughly the same size of Earth, about half or a bit more than that, but it's not too small and it's at the perfect area. It's much colder than Earth. Practically nothing on Earth could survive there, but an organism that's adapted to such a cold environment would be very easily able to survive there. And then we have the evidence of liquid water once having flowed on Mars. And furthermore, there are some remains of bacteria on Mars, but they're all extinct currently, but it's possible that there is some sort of intelligent life on Mars. But again, Mars is a very brutal place to live. You're exposed to radiation almost all the time. It gets extremely cold, probably never or maybe very rarely going above zero. And you have the dust storms that rage across the planet for days. But yes, it is possible that an organism that has adapted and has multiple features that allow it to survive in such an inhospitable environment could survive in Mars. And Mars is so close to Earth. That's why it makes it such a prime candidate. Because if artificial life exists there, it will probably be the easiest to study.